Hi ladies, I am so happy to spend a few minutes with you today talking about 3 tools to Surefire Success. That's because sometimes it's the new year, new decade now, and we are ready to rock and roll it and we just jump in, but we don't really have a plan. We have some things in place, but we haven't ensured that we're going to be successful. And so I'm going to share with you just very quickly a couple of tools that can help you to kind of make that surefire success. Hi, Aaliyah. I want to help you be able to do the best chances for success that you can have. And sometimes it just takes the little tiniest shifts, the little tiniest lens to move it through so that you'll be able to go, oh, that will help me be more successful instead of just pushing by brute force. Ever done that? We're like, I will be successful. We want to be in flow. We want to be aligned. We want to be able to make this so that we are doing the shifts right along in daily life and that we're feeling those shifts and those changes. So I'm going to give you 3 tools today to be able to use those very quickly. First and foremost is your environment. How is your environment supporting your shifts? What can you do in the environment presently in your home, in your car, in your work environment that will support and enrich the changes you want to make? I love this book called Willpower Does Not Work. It's by Darren Hardy, and he talks about the power of our environment, how it can support or it can make our demise in any goal that we do. So I so invite you, look around the room that you're in right now. Look at your desk, look at the area you have, and how is that supporting or not supporting your shifts and the changes you want to make. I love what he says here about environment. He says you are never fully prepared for anything in life. There's always a leap, whether big or small, from theory to practice. Rather than willpower, the leap into a new environment is instinctive, like a survival mechanism. Immediately, you'll go about adapting to a new role and new environment. So instead of trying to pre-qualify to be someone, create the environment that will qualify you to become that person now. So what can you do? What can you take away or add to your environment right now that will help support the changes or the shifts that you want to make? So consider that. I know that that has changed everything for me. I used to have in our house, it used to be a deep Tuscan yellow, which I did not know is actually one of the worst colors you could have. That explains a lot. Anyway, so I decided to change the color. It's now a pediment gray. I had an interior designer come in and give me up-level ideas, and we moved the curtains to way up high so that it created this vaulted feeling. I had shades from like the 90s that were on our burst window and our front window. Took those out, and guess what? I see out into the woods now. I see these beautiful mountains. I changed the environment, just the physicality of it, and that shifted everything. People come in and say, oh my goodness, your house, it feels so beautiful. It feels so good. It feels so light and airy. That's exactly right. So shift that environment in a way that's going to make a difference for you and for you being able to achieve your goals. If you're like, I want to lose weight, then get the cookies and treats off the counter that you see first when you walk in the room. Make yourself work for it. Go put them in a closet somewhere in the back so you actually have to get off your bed to go actually get it. Make yourself work for it. Or if you want your workout clothes, put them. I used to put mine in a tub right in my bedroom so I'd walk by them all the time. And that way it would be in the forefront of my mind. Oh yeah, my yoga pants. Oh yeah, my yoga pants. Put those on. So consider your environment, how it's supporting you. Make a little list, maybe 2 or 3 things that you're like, I can take those things out or I can put those things in, and that will help make my environment a little more supportive and that enriched environment. The second thing is that I invite you to make a big shift. Now, sometimes you hear people say, well, just change a few things. Like you cut out 1 pat of butter, it's 500 calories a day. And that way it's 100 calories a day. And if you do it in 5 days, that's 500 calories. And if you want to lose weight, it's 3,500 calories for a pound. So you want to lose 500 calories at a time, preferably over a given day if you can. Cut out those 500. What would be easy ways to do that, right? And so we think, oh yeah, I can cut out that pat of butter. But sometimes what happens, and I've found success with that, but sometimes what happens, and it depends on our personality, but if we're not making a big enough shift, we're not going to shift. Have you felt that? So if you're just trying to, I'm just going to write for a little bit every day, or I'm just going to read a little bit every day on this one thing, it isn't making a big enough shift in your mind. And what we found is that in the subconscious mind, when you have more of a whoo, that happens in your brain, then it goes, hey, teenagers. So when you have this bigger shift that something happens when you go, oh, I'm going to do a program. Oh, I'm going to cut out this completely, or, oh, I'm going to drop 500 calories a day, then suddenly we've made in our mindset, our subconscious mind is paying attention and says, wait, everybody, they're shaking it up. Sometimes our subconscious mind is like someone on the couch and going, she's only going to cut out a pat of butter every day for 100 calories. No big deal. Back to your lives, citizens, right? But when we go, boom, we have a structure, we have a thing, we have commitment, then suddenly our subconscious mind and our soul is paying attention and we make the bigger shift. When we go for it and we prepare for it and we commit to a bigger shift, we will see bigger results because everything starts to align for that. It's not just kind of going along and then a whoop and then a whoop, but you're, whoa, I am becoming. This is happening. And when we do that, then we see bigger shifts happening. And it's not just a one-time shift. What you'll see is these cogs kind of work in tandem together and they'll all start going like kind of dusty in the corner and they'll start going creak and they'll start coming to life again. Kind of, this cool thing that you've had some pulsating in the corner, but you just have not paid attention to because it's kind of a small, I really should, I really want to, but life is happening and I'm busy and I'm doing the treadmill. So I invite you to consider what would help you make a big shift. And already I'm seeing this. One of the ladies in our program that just finished, we have a beginning evaluation of where you are and then an ending evaluation of where you end up. And we have anywhere from 20 to 75% shift in their lives. Ladies, that's huge. We just had this one lady who emailed just a couple days ago and she said 45% shift in her life fulfillment, in her purpose, her organization, and her joy in all of those different areas in her life. Can you get over that? That's making a big shift. So if you're wanting to make a shift and you're like, well, I'll just do this and well, I'll just make that. For some personalities, that works. But for most of us, we need to actually put the hammer down. And it doesn't matter, whatever that is, whatever resonates for you, but choose structure, choose a program, choose something. And I'm not just touting my own, but I know that what we do works. But I am saying to you, choose something. Make sure that you set up a structure, put it on a whiteboard, put something on paper, put it on your phone, do something that tells your brain and soul, we're doing this differently now, and this is a thing. So I need you guys to get busy back there figuring out how I'm going to make this work, okay? And then get back to me with your awesome plan. So think about that. Big shift. What can help you make the big shift? And then the last piece just dovetails with that, the accountability appointment. Accountability appointment. What does that look like for you? Marie Forleo, who is, she does B School and she's an entrepreneur and she's big New York Times bestseller. But she talks about accountability appointment makes up to 95% difference in your success rate. So if you are going to go and do something, you want to lose weight, you want to get organized, you want to write a book, you want to do the systems, then why would you not do 95% increased chance of success? Why would you spend time and energy, days and weeks of something you're just kind of going, well, I really should. Now I feel guilty because I didn't. Why would you not do the most successful things in place for you to actually nail it right out of the gate? Aliyah, I love that. Ugh, you have been saying this to verify things I've been feeling. Don't you hate that when you get that second witness? You're like, this is so inconvenient. But truly, if you want to make something successful, make that accountability appointment. Now, do not do it with just your friend that you go to lunch and you guys have fun. If you're going to do it with a friend, then do it with the one that slightly scares you, with the one that's going to actually say how it is and say, you know what? You said that you turned that in on Friday and you didn't. Why not, right? Now, it doesn't mean they're mean to you. It just means that you are saying, I really know that I need to do something and I am going to do it now. And I'm going to make it happen. And I hear this rumble and I'm not going to ignore it. And then I'm not going to suppress it with a bunch of brownies and like avoidance and doing this little dabble. But just so you know, set that accountability appointment. So if it's with a person, then set it every Friday morning, every Monday afternoon, whatever that might be. I know in our programs, we do our coaching calls. We have our Facebook Lives once a week, and then we have our coaching calls. And I love it because it helps me. I'm up leveling right along with these women that I'm teaching. It is so fantastic. So set that accountability appointment. It's so huge that you recognize you are feeling a rumble to do something for a reason. So if you've come to a place where you're like, I'm making a shift this year, then I so invite you to choose that structure. Make that accountability appointment and make it happen. Do the things that are going to help you make the shift. I love this from Darren Hardy again. If you want to get stronger, your workouts need to be difficult. If you want to become world class at what you do, your work needs to be better and more challenging. You need to have high expectations to succeed. You need to be tasked with projects beyond your current capacity. forcing you to plant deeper roots as a person. So I invite you to do that. If you want to know about my programs, check it out. I'll put a link for my member vault questions. You can go in there and find out all the things. You can make a discovery call. Just check it out and I will chat with you about what's the best things to do. But I encourage you, make those changes and shifts now and don't wait, because we're starting, our enrollment is this week, and I encourage you to get on it, talk to me, and we'll figure it out. All right? Thanks, Jenna Lee. Thanks, Aaliyah. Thanks, ladies. Check in with me and let me know, because make this year your year to get balance redefined.